Hey everybody, my name is Papa Bear, Justin for those of you who know me. I found, I'm a new user to Volcano. It's my first e-cigarette, and I don't do anything small, so I went big with the Inferno. I have on here the Cisco Addy with this Durlin drip tip, which as you can see is white, which doesn't look very good, and two, the cone moves around on it. So that's one of my only complaints with the whole thing so far. What I'm going to do today is show you guys how I managed to make a very cool, very sleek carrying case for the Inferno. Kind of houses everything. A little background: when I am at home, I use a drip tip. I use either the Cisco with a drip tip, or I use the Magma Addy with a drip tip on it. But when I'm on the go, dripping is kind of a pain, especially when I'm at work. I'm in construction and whatnot, so it becomes a little difficult. So I use either the cartomizers or just the Magma Addy with carts, whatever. And you know, I was having a problem carrying my Inferno with me because I'm afraid of it getting scratched. It's so pretty. I don't want it to get scratched. I don't want the button getting pushed while it's in my pocket. God forbid I have something on my leg that crushes it or something stupid like that. So I decided that I was going to come up with a way to make a good carrying case. And I started out with this. And this is a standard cigar case. You can buy them at any smoke shop, that sort of thing. That's where I got mine. It's a two-piece split. Splits in the middle. And I started with that, and great in concept, but there's a couple of inherent issues with it. Let me take it apart real quick. First and foremost, if I don't have anything in there, and I have this, that's problem number one, and that's problem number two. Eventually, if this thing's rattling around in your pocket all the time and your Inferno's inside of it, it's metal on metal, it's going to scratch, maybe break, I don't know. So I decided I was going to get a little creative using some of the products that Inferno was nice enough to, or Volcano was nice enough to send me. So first and foremost, I took the foam insert. This may look familiar. I've kind of cut it up, and unfortunately I only had one, so you get to see the after product. I took the insert that came in the gift box case and I destroyed it, but for good reason. So I took that and I took, let me see if I can get it out here. I took the corner piece out of the foam that you see there. I don't want to destroy what I've done here because it is working so brilliantly. There it goes. Okay. So what I did is I took the corner piece here. Okay. I just cut that off, right? You'll see it here. Goes on there like that. I took that and I stuck that down in the bottom of the big part of my cigar case. Okay. So I just inserted that in there. Okay, and I'm just going to take my, it's probably isn't the right tool to use, but whatever. I'm going to take my Inferno and I'm just going to push it down all the way down to the bottom. There. Now, I've got cushioning on the bottom of this here, so it won't bounce up and down and around. Now, the second piece to this puzzle is very cool because Inferno gave you your button clip. Now look at the diameter of that. So if you take your button clip, okay, and you put it on your Inferno, okay, remember how it rattled before? If I take this, oh look at that, oh it's a perfect fit. It barely moves. I mean, it barely moves. There's a little movement, but who cares? Now there's a plastic ring on there, and the plastic is what's contacting the metal case. So it's not going to damage anything, and my button's not going to get pushed, so my battery's not going to drain. How cool is that? Okay, now the only tricky part was the top piece. Okay, I've got a big piece, I've got a small piece. This one goes on the top, right? Now, if I just put this on here, okay, it doesn't rattle back and forth anymore, but still does that, okay? So I was thinking, well, I'll just take another piece of foam and I'll put it in the top and squish it down, and that's that. Well, then I got a little more creative and thought, well, I'm using carts or cartomizers. You know, it'd be nice to have a spare. Yeah, a cart will last me pretty much all day, but this way, I can carry a spare. So what I've done is I took the other piece of this foam, and sorry for the noise, my son's running around in the background. Took the other piece of this foam, and if you remember when you first got this, it had a tab on it, that little strap, okay? And I cut this down a couple of times to make it fit, but it's got that strap on it. So now what I'm doing is I'm using this as a plug. I cut this off, right? And I'm using it as a plug. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to just insert it down here like that, right? Now the strap sticks up. If I push it all the way down, I've got a strap that I can reach in and grab and pull it out. Simple concept. This is just a regular tobacco cart, right? Thank you, Volcano. I'm going to put that in, I'm going to put it in foil side up. I don't know, I haven't really tried this yet, so I'm afraid that might break or whatever, but I'm going to put it in there. I don't know if you can see it just resting up in the top there, okay? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this little strap piece, right? Strap down, and I'm going to kind of wrap it around, I'm going to kind of wrap it around my tip that I've already got in there. Now see, I've already got a cartridge on there. Now this becomes real simple if I take my cartridge off and put both of them down in the bottom there and just lay them side by side, and then I can put this cap on, no problem. But if I want to have one on there so my atomizer doesn't dry out, or I don't waste the juice in the cartridge, and I want to have a spare, okay, I'm just going to wrap this around here, kind of like that, and I'm going to take and I'm going to insert it in here, okay, I'm going to push it closed. And in theory, okay, voila, and I've got the strap here hanging out. Now I can do a couple of things here. I've actually managed to get this to where now the foam is in there, and when I want to get my extra card, I just pull on the strap. Or I can tuck that down inside as I put it together. I can tuck that strap in. All right. The only problem is that you have to kind of lay it on its side to get the extra cartridge to get out of the way. It's a little tricky, but it works. It works, I promise. And when this is all put together and said and done, this thing doesn't move at all. And it's going to protect my spare cartridge. It's going to protect my unit that I spent good money on, and so keep it all nice and clean. So that's a little carrying case mod that you can do. All that I had to buy was the metal tube. It's a cigar case, fancy cigar case, and that's the only thing that I had to buy to make this whole thing. So happy hunting.